Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Fisner. How are you doing, guys? Hello. So, in today's episode, yeah, I know I meant to have it a bit lower because I will bring the solar panel, but let it be on this height. So, the other day I've made a video about let's solder some solar cells, yes, but today we get a solar panel. It's first edition and it's really poor quality. You almost can't do worse than I did, okay? And I would like to tell you about my experience, my personal experience, because in the past, way in the past, like years ago, I've created one panel and I wasn't happy at all. That's why I never finished it. And that's why I said, you know, I'm giving up, because I seen how much work it is and how fragile it is. So, you see, that's how thin solar cell is, okay? You've got two sides, this and this. One of these sides is a positive, second side is a negative side. So even this small one, if we would take a meter, we would switch it into the volts. We could expect, of course, not a lot of amps and not a lot of volts, but still it should give us something, even with this lightning only here, which is not a lot of lumens. You see, it's 0.2 volt. It's a DC, yes, for those who don't know. And now keep in mind that I've got a minus probe at the top, okay, and the red one plus below. So yeah, again, this time you see, and you can see that it is still given. And it will vary if you will get the, of course the surface is really small. You see 0.4, it can go up to 0.5 volt. Yes, that's small, yes. So if you don't need a lot of amperes from the device, I mean from the solar panel, then you can have a lot of small ones and have them in series and then have, you know, 5 volts or something quite easily. I've set to myself a goal to charge at least 18650. That's my minimum goal. That's why I said instead of having 9 to 13 watts, sorry, because that's about 3.7 volt times about 2 to 3 ampere hours, yes. So if you will calculate this times this, you will know that it's about 9, depend which ones you'll buy, yes. I don't buy, I've got from old laptops and old devices, and my idea is like Robert Murray Smith is talking on his channel, that it's no problem for a rich person buy a, well, he didn't use the word rich person, he's saying that it's no problem to spend a lot of money and then have this return. It's how much I did spend about, you know, on this, let's say, and how quickly I can have a return out of it. Yes, so my idea is like that. I don't want to spend a small fortune and have it, let's say, for another 20 years not paid off. Yes, I want to spend a little and have it as efficient as possible. That's my goal. So the idea is to not buy them, but build them, and that's a pain. And you need to know about this pain. Like, look, I'll use small 2 fingers. Look, that's how fragile they are. Yes, so it is a pain to solder them, okay? That's why I was talking about the wire. Yes, you can do it, but as I've seen how difficult it is to do it with just the wire, and I've seen it, yes, I bought what's called tabbing wire, yes, this one, and that's copper coated, I'll read you exactly, yes, that's copper coated, and that has solder, so it's easy to solder. You don't need a solder when you buy this, and that's bus wire. That means those you can connect several into one bus wire. Yes, and I bought 4 meters of each. So let's look how much I paid. I bought it at eBay. Yes, because I just wanted to not wait, you know, for so long. And the first panel I want to do quickly so that I can have it up and running, you know. So I bought from the seller called PD Renewable. I don't know, then first time I bought from them I paid 1044 in total. I bought it on the 2nd and it came I think today or yesterday, something like that. No, today. So it was coming 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. After 5 days it came, okay? 3 days postage probably. Now this one, as I said, is a tabbing wire. Okay, no, this one is a bus wire, 4 meters, I paid $5.49, and this one was tabbing wire, which is 4 meters and $4.95. Now, as per this tabbing wire, it has, yeah, bus wire and this, but it was written something, okay, here, yes, tin and silver plated copper solid conductor strip for use on PV solar cells. Okay. Now it's flexible, yes it is, no solder needed, correct, but if you struggle you can still add a bit of flux or a bit of solder, yes, and it takes solder no problem. High conductive properties, correct, SGS TUV certified, blah 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 blah, yes, and DIY application. So this one has 2 millimeters on 0.15 millimeter oxygen free copper based material, yes, and material coating it's tin. Okay, so it's tin, not solder. And then again you've got tabbing wire, with the difference in between this is only this, that it's, no, I'm talking rubbish, bus wire, that's what I wanted. 2 millimeters width and thickness 0.15. I don't know what I've done, but anyways, okay, so the second one has a bit more, I'd say about 5 millimeters. Okay, I don't know why I've got this one here, but I know that one should be but one, yeah, bus wire, exactly, so this should be this. So I don't know why it's showing still 2 millimeters with, I know it doesn't have, yeah, 5 millimeters, exactly. I don't know what it was over there. Here is tabbing wire, it's 2, and bus wire, it's 5. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. And now I've made a mistake. As always, I'm doing something, the first project has to be a bit of a nightmare. So you need to calculate what you expect from it beforehand, and then you should prepare. That's the proper way, and that's more rewarding at the end. Whereas I know myself, if I won't do it, if I won't start, I won't go anywhere, and I end up not having the outcome in the first place. How I know it? Because I bought these solar cells last year. I don't remember when, but it was a long time ago. I would say half a year ago, maybe probably even longer than that, and they are just lying. That's why I said when the spring will come, when it will be warmer and the sun will start to shine, I have to start ordering stuff, and don't play around, just do it. Because if I'll do one and I'll have at least those 20-30 watts, which we're talking 10 solar cells, yes, in series, half a volt each, so that's giving you 5 volts. And if one has 5 watts, that's giving you maximum opportunity to have in 5 volts and 25, yes, and 25 watts, which is not bad. Why not bad? Because if we're talking 12, let's say 12, 13, those better 18650s, if you'll take like 2 of them, if you would charge per hour, then you can charge 2 in just 1 hour, let's say, yes, with this panel. So of course you won't go with a full speed, so you can probably charge about 4 per day at least, or maybe even 6. I don't know. That's what I'm going to find out. But I'll show you something. I've got an old power bank, which is just lying. It's just this, showing some power. I don't know how much. It has output is 5 volts and 1 ampere, and 5 volts and 2 amperes. Input is 5 volts and 1 ampere. And that's all I know about it. Now I haven't opened it. I don't know what batteries are inside, probably 18650s. But I know it's still working. Yes, I know it's still working. And I would like to try to charge it. Okay? Before I'll switch to the proper charging circuitry for the 18650s, because I've got this circuitry here. But I wanted to first try to charge this. Now you charge it with 5 volts. So I was thinking, get that, connect it with just a connector, micro USB. I've got those connectors. I can solder, I can use some older wire, which doesn't work anymore, the micro SD. And what I can do is I can open it or cut it off, and just make a connector to charge with the micro USB. So that's what I was thinking of. Turn that one. You need all you need are diodes, so that the current won't go through to the solar panel. Yes. So what it is you create in series more volts, in parallel when you solder them, you create more amperes. Okay. So I wanted 5 volts at least. That's why I've got 10 of them in series. Now I've made a problem. Of course, you're doing something, you're occupied with other stuff in your head, and what I have done is, and I don't know, maybe where's my friend here? I didn't smoke anything, but yet I've made a problem. What I want to say is, me, Dafty, I've connected them 2 in series, but then the bus wire, like the main wire, like that, and I'm saying, why I've got only 1 volt? Now cheers to stupidity. Hopeless from now on. And not in series, and that was my problem, because if you don't connect them in series, of course you'll get much less volts. So I had to unwire. Guess what happened when I unwired them? I mean unsoldered them. Well, something broken. So now you see some part is missing on one side, yes? And so, yeah, somebody was smoking. No, nobody was smoking, but me should listen, yes, to myself more and just be careful what I'm doing, because it costs money and costs time and costs effort and costs everything. So it's not really nice, okay? So now let's get that panel. Cheers. I took it outside. I had 486, 87, something like that volts. Now that's the worst soldering. You will see probably here something fell down. Yeah, I know it's my fault. Okay, so why like that? You might be saying, why you've got so many wires? And you would be right. Because I've glued them and I can't find a long blade, or I don't want to use hot air to melt the glue from underneath them, but they are so fragile, as you've seen. unfortunately these wires are the way they are. So my idea is to remove the solder and either use a blade or use a heat gun and melt the, if possible of course, yes, melt the glue. Now what's happening is if I'll melt the glue, then I can lift them without breaking them. Just a theory. Haven't tested, don't quote me. So till then, for a test, I've got these. Now I've used wick on many of them and it's working, it's robust, no question, but it's looking nasty. And that's why if you can use tabbing wire like here, use it. It doesn't cost a wee fortune. It's fine, it's really fine, and I can't emphasize how it's worth spending those few quids to get it. Okay, it's really worth spending money, especially that you don't use flux there. It's not filthy as my ones are, so buying it is the way to go. Or buy solar cells, including the bus wire and or tapping wire. Either or will do. Yes. Okay. So anyways, let's put on volts. See it? You see it. And now let's get 2 crocodile clips. Okay. Now let's connect black to the black, which would be accurate actually. And let's connect the green one to the red one and to the yellow. So what you see, even without a light, I can't tell how many amperes, but I can tell you how many volts. And what we can do, cover your eyes guys, jumped up to 3.3 of 2.2, quick reaction. Yes. Again, I don't know when it comes to the amps, I haven't tested yet. I just wanted to see if it's working. And on the sun, pure sun, I had 4.86 or 87, which is okay. Now either I will drill the hole and put these wires like that, or we'll cut them or reheat it and we'll do it. But before I'll do it, I want to connect a diode and I want to try to charge that battery bank. Yes, I just want to do it. Why? Because I would like to make sure that these connections in between these are fine. If no, I'll have to open it all and replace with a tabbing wire and add bus wire. And then if I would do it, of course, I would do every second. So that means if this one is like that, this would be like that. Yes, then this would stay the way it is, and then this would be again like that. So what I need to remove for real is just 2, and then I can wire from this to here. Oh, you see it's wobbly a bit, and then from this to here. Yes, and then would go like this. Yeah, like, okay, sorry, it's here. Yes, so here then it would connect like this, here then goes through, then connect to this one, then goes like here, then goes like this, and then would end up here, and that would go back to the rest of the wire. Yes, I mean the plus to the minus. Hope you understand what I've done wrong. Hope you understand my mistakes. And hopefully when you will be doing it, you won't be doing such problem. Now, about the enclosure, about the box. I didn't want to do anything because I know if I would plan it, it would take me ages and I wouldn't do it, blah, 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 blah. I know myself. And I'm too busy with repairs and with other stuff. So I said, okay, let me just do a panel. I didn't think it through yet. I need to make a research what I can put on the top as a surface to not lose the efficiency. Now, I've watched several videos from Robert Murray Smith, and he was talking that sheets from the tellies, okay, these sheets, they are increasing efficiency of solar panels, when unfortunately I don't know which ones he meant, and none of them I've tried were increasing that. So let's say we've got 240, 230, yes? Let's put it this way. No change. Okay? Maybe, just maybe, it's me, but no change. No change. So this one is the more shiny one, yes, like a polarizer. And this one is the less shiny one, which is more of a diffuser or something. Doesn't help. So in that case, I need to rewatch it and understand it better, what it was more efficient. Now it's even less when it's flat. So I need to rewatch it and understand what works better, because I would like to apply that layer so that it will be more efficient. Again, if that will be what I'm going to do, I don't know, because I need to know which layer. There are only 2 layers to be true in the full backlight. Sometimes I've seen 3, but most of the time it's 2 sheets and then there is a plexiglass. So what I was thinking of is, this is quite stiff and I'm not willing to put it outside as much as I want to put it at home for the window, because I've got a one room where it's a night shift person sleeping, my wife, and so I was thinking that, you know, instead of me covering the window, I could put a solar panel there. You know, one way or another will be dark, and that's the plan. But we will see. I would still put something at the top, okay? So those 2 changes. One, remove those wires, this wire maze. That's the one thing. And instead connecting it the right way, create the bus wire, everything, create the connector and put the bridge rectifier before the connector. So that's mean, not bridge rectifier, but diodes, so that the current won't go back into the panel. As well, I was thinking, maybe, just maybe, increase the voltage slightly. Why it's so? Because I could put then 5-volt stabilizer for the voltage, and then I could charge always this with 5 volts. So, you know, that's something to consider. If I would go for like 6 volts, so one more, like a small only here, just to supplement the difference, then I think I could easily achieve 5 volts on the output. Because if I would have 6 volts, then if this one on the maximum sun gives 4.86 volts, then if I would add 2 more, then it will be maximum of 1 volt, which again it will be 0.8 or 0.9. So that would give me this 1 extra volt maximum, and then the stabilizer at 5 volts would always have a bit more voltage to work with and stabilize it on 5 volts, and then would get more amperes. I will explain that when I will be doing it, but I don't want to drag this video. It has already 24 minutes, so I don't want to make it too long, but those are the things. Now again, I don't want to pay a fortune, but 25 watts like it is just now, maximum 25 watts minus the damage, minus my mistakes with soldering, minus it's a first attempt and looking a bit dodgy. Let's say it's 20 watts. Let's say 20 watts, it's still plenty, because per 1 hour I can charge almost two 18650s. If I can charge per hour, let's say, so I can charge several of them during the day, so that bank could be every day charged. And then that I would like to measure, you know, the usage, how long I can use current, and what is the voltage and what is the current, and then have a proper estimate, and then I can share with you those statistics. Yes, because that's my plan. And when I'll build one, I will learn what I've done wrong, and then I can maybe find a frame first and then do the frame. And then the second part, which I said, it's about filling this one with some thin layer. Probably it will be something like resin, but I need to make a research if resin won't clear resin, yes, if resin won't get and won't either decay or won't go away, or won't get yellowish after some time. So, you know, not super I'm not convinced that resin is a good way to go. But what else is, if somebody knows what is better to, you know, flood it with something here, I would like to know it, because I'll be making such research. So if you know it, leave it down in the comments below. But that's it in this video, guys. So now you know what are the struggles of building your own solar panel. And is it dear, you might be asking? Well, yes and no. I paid for 500 watts, which is 100 of these 6x6 inch, so 16, about 16, let's say, centimeters, 15.6 I think centimeters by 15.6 centimeters, 100 of them. So I've used 10. I'm not counting the damaged ones. So that's 1/10. If we're talking 1/10 of 108 pounds, so we're talking about 18 pounds. Yes, 1/10, 18 pounds. No, not 10.80. I'm talking rubbish. So 10.80 plus the tabbing wire and the bus wire, yes, as well. But that's per 4 meters, you know, which is a lot. So let's say total on this, plus the connector, plus the diodes, plus everything, maybe this will cost me like 15 pounds. I would say it's worth, yes. The question is how much you're gonna spend to buy equivalent energy consumption panel made. If you can afford spending twice more, then, you know, go and buy, because you don't need to work with it, and plus it's extremely fragile, and you've got it water resistant, and you've got other stuff, and you know, you don't have this all fun about building it, DIYing it. Yes, if you again want to save money and have new experience, and then learn, and then improve, and then have some fun on the way, because the journey counts, that not the outcome. If I can at the end of the year save up 200 or 500 watts, even 5 to 10 hours per day, guys, I've got 1 to 2 kilowatts easily saved up per day. That's not a lot, yes, but that's a good start, yes, and that's my idea. And then the next year and the next year, if I can improve, if I can go, guys, for 1 kilowatt per hour production, that's a lot, guys, that's a lot. And if you can learn save up energy at home as well, not just we will switch everything on, then believe me, 1 kilowatt is a lot of energy, yes. So you can save up this way, and then the next year, instead of spending money on those bills, you can save it up, and meanwhile buy more solar cells, buy more tools, buy more of the wind generating features, yes, or what Robert Murray Smith is showing on his YouTube channel. It's really well. Guys, I'm finishing. It's half an hour video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Hopefully you get a lesson out of it, because that was the whole goal, learning on my mistakes rather than making your one worth half an hour. See you in the next one. Bye bye.